Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Black Lotus coming back to you with another video. For those of you that have been subscribed to my channel, thanks for coming back. And for those of you that are new here, you just randomly stumbled upon my channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell button next to it so you can get notified every time I drop another video. You definitely don't want to miss what I have coming for this weekend. I plan on doing my 2019 world predictions, and this particular video is actually not a requested video. I just decided I wanted to do this reading because I don't know, I just felt drawn to doing it. I do have some requests, and I do plan on fulfilling those requests this weekend, so definitely stick around for those. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a reading for Queen Naija and her relationship with this guy Clarence. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to try not to ramble too much. And yes, if you were wondering, yes, I am in my car. I have kids. Some of them don't really understand. Mommy needs her time, her space, so I can do my readings. So I just had to go where it's quiet. So don't judge me. So let's get into it. So the first cup that I have is the Nine of Cups. Basically, cups represent emotion, matters of the heart, things of that nature. As this guy is holding his cup up, it's kind of like he's, making a toast. He's celebrating achievements. And that's what I feel is going to be happening a lot with Queen Naija for this year. I feel like her career is going to really, really take off. I feel like she's probably going to be in line for some nominations this year, and, just kind of really blossoming as an artist as well as, as a woman. The next one I have here is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands represents hard work, family, and, it's like these wands are kind of building a foundation that the family is standing under, and, they're content. So this basically represents that, she is working hard and she's putting herself in a position to where she's financially stable. She's able to, just kind of handle business, of course, and have time to enjoy her family, spend time with her son and, her new baby. So when that baby comes, she's going to have a little bit of time to kind of go on cruise control. I do feel as though she's going to try to jump right back into work, but I feel like being that this is her second child, her body is going to need a little bit of time to heal, and she's going to be able to do that, no problem. This card, the Temperance card, this has to do with her personality. As you can see right here, this is a cup, which, represents emotion. She's got fire coming out. That represents, her passion. She's very passionate about being a mother. She's passionate about her family. And, this is just basically pointing to the fact that she's a very patient person. She's very compassionate. She's the type of person that is, she's like got her heart on her sleeve. I really feel like Queen is an empath. And if you don't know what that is, it just basically means someone that is, sympathy is where someone would say, I feel sorry for you. But empathy is where someone feels your pain. I feel like she really caters to people. She really goes hard for those that she loves. Like her heart just overflows for people. She just gives out so much energy, so much love, so much effort, time, everything to make sure that those around her are happy. And I just feel like this is a big part of why I feel like she's such an amazing person, just because she has such a beautiful spirit. This card also sometimes pops up when people that are kind of at war with one another are able to make amends. So I need to read more into the rest of these cards to make a decision on this, but I kind of feel like by the end of this year, she and her ex Chris are going to be at a better place to where, they have forgiven each other, they've kind of moved past the bullshit, and, they're just kind of working together better. That's what I feel, but we'll see. The next one we have here is the Star card. And basically, what this means is healing. I feel like a lot of healing will take place this year. I feel like she has done a great deal of suffering in her lifetime. I feel like she's been through abandonment. I feel like she's been through abuse. And I feel like she's evolving as a person, and she's going to put a lot of that behind her. She's going to, forgive. She's going to, move past these hurdles that she's kind of experiencing internally. But I feel like better times are to come, and that's definitely what this card is all about. The next, excuse me, the next one I have is, let me move my hand. This one is the Page of Cups. Again, the cups come up. They symbolize emotion and, matters of the heart. So this has to do with good news of an emotional nature. So, this could mean, I feel like this will have to do with the birth of her child, but it could also have to do with her getting engaged. So we'll see. I'm going to keep going. Let me move my hand. The next one I have right here is the Eight of Cups. And as you can see, the cups are back. They have to do with emotion, and this guy is, turning his back on these cups. So this has to do with her walking away from a situation that she's been very invested in. This gives a feeling of disappointment. This is something that she really doesn't want to do, but she's going to walk away from this situation. And I feel like this has to do with her current relationship with this guy, Clarence. I feel like right now she's kind of holding on to it because, she loves him and everything like that. But I think that as time goes on, she's starting to see that he's not the person that she thought that he originally was. She's starting to see some things in him that she doesn't really like. She wants to hold it together for the sake of their child, and, all she really wants is to have a family. I feel like possibly, I don't know what her family structure is like, but I kind of feel like her father might have not been in her life, or I don't know if their relationship is strained, but I kind of feel like as a result of that, she's kind of been looking for love in all the wrong places. She's kind of looking for someone to give her that sense of love, that sense of security. And I feel like this time she's definitely run into the wrong arms. So yeah, we'll get more into that a little bit later. The next one I have is the Knight of Swords. And this represents an event that's about to happen in her life this year, and it's going to come, and it's going to come fast. And it's going to leave her in a state of confusion. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be uncomfortable. But I feel like this situation is going to change her. It's going to make her an even stronger person. And I feel like it needs to happen the way that it's going to happen so that it can kind of put the momentum behind her, to push her into where she needs to be emotionally. Because I feel like she has, I guess you can kind of say like a codependent personality. She's absolutely gorgeous. She has a beautiful soul. She's talented. She's amazing. Very family oriented and everything like that. But I feel like for some reason she still kind of seeks validation in her relationships. And I feel like this event is going to kind of shake her ass up and wake her up for real. So I hope it's not traumatic for her or anything like that. I feel like ultimately it's going to be for the best, but, we'll see. Next right here, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is basically the Destiny card. I really feel like there's positive energy behind this card. I feel like this represents a new cycle that's going to be beginning for her in this upcoming year. You'll know what this new cycle is by the time I get to the end of this reading, so I'm not going to jump ahead of myself too much. Oops. This one right here, the Five of Wands, as you can see, all these little kids are kind of pointing their, or maybe they're not little kids. These motherfuckers look old. Anyways, this card represents petty disagreements, arguing. It's just like little bullshit that people are kind of picking with each other about, and I feel like this has to do with Queen and Clarence, and I feel like they're going to start arguing more and more and more, and it's going to be to the point where they can't stand to be around each other. Little bitty things are going to set them off to the point where they're going to be arguing and fighting for no apparent reason. And, it's pretty much, it's ridiculous. It's something that could definitely be avoided, but I feel like, honestly, I kind of feel like, Clarence is a narcissist. I feel like he is someone that is very arrogant. He's very self-centered. I feel like he doesn't take any accountability for his actions. He feels like he is God's gift to this green earth. And I feel like he's kind of got her convinced of this as well. But I feel like with her being pregnant, I feel like he's starting to lose interest in her because I feel like at one point they had like fire between each other. They had like beautiful chemistry. And I feel like that's starting to die out. And I do feel as though it is related to this pregnancy. Her body is starting to change. I feel like she's absolutely beautiful and perfect pregnant. But, I don't know. He's just on some other shit. So fuck him. Anyway. Okay, so this next card is the Six of Cups. And this, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even pick it up. This has to do with, this childhood. Basically, it has to do with the past. And, of course, the cups are around, so that has to do with matters of the heart. This is the Blast from the Past card. So I feel like someone from her past is going to be coming back into her life soon. Or it could also have to do with a situation that she was very passionate about, something that made her very happy at one point. It's going to be presenting itself to her. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm almost inclined to feel like she and Chris, I don't know. Forget it. Forget it. Let me keep reading. Okay, let me stop. So, abundance. So this has everything to do with her career. Her cup is going to runneth over. She is going to be dropping all kinds of new music and doing videos and touring. And as I said before, I feel like she's going to be nominated. I feel like she's going to receive an award this year. This is just going to be an excellent year for her career overall. And as well, of course, the blessing of having another child. Don't stop. I feel like what this card is kind of saying is I feel like she's depressed right now. I feel like it's partially due to her hormones, but it's also due to the circumstances she's in, because I feel like when she got with Clarence, she thought like, wow, this guy is the one, we're happy, we have beautiful chemistry, and wow, now we're a blended family and we're going to have a child together and everything is going to be fine. But as I said, she's starting to see his true colors, and I feel like that is very discouraging to her. I feel like she's somewhat embarrassed because I feel like probably a lot of people in her family have warned her about him. And, she basically rushed into things. He's a rebound. Like, let's just be real. She had broke up with Chris, she hadn't fully healed yet. She hadn't come back to a place where she was, um, fully at peace. She, with self love and everything like that. And she just kind of jumped into another relationship. And I feel like this guy is an opportunist, and he sees her as someone who's gorgeous and talented, and he's jumping on her coattail. And I feel like she's, discouraged and kind of depressed about that. So this is just encouragement for her. Don't stop, girl. Just keep on going. You are not your circumstances. You can bounce back from whatever you're going through. You're going to be amazing. Now we have the peaceful resolution card. And as I said a little while ago, I feel like this has to do with Queen and Chris. Just as parents, as friends, I feel like they are going to be in a much better place, with each other. This card actually, this has to do with a question that she's kind of had in her heart and in her mind. And I feel like it has to do with, are Clarence and I going to be together? Is this going to be someone I'm going to be with for the rest of my life? And I feel like this is the answer for her. I feel like the signs are there. The red flags are there. Some of them she's picking up on. Some of them she's ignoring. She does not want to see them. And I can totally understand that. That's a big pill to swallow. Just kind of coming to a realization that everything isn't as great as you thought it was going to be. And that's okay. No need to worry. With or without him, with or without anyone else, she can stand on her 2 feet. She's absolutely, capable of taking care of herself and her 2 children. She's talented. She's definitely going to get a lot bigger in her career. So, she doesn't have anything to worry about. I feel like she just needs to kind of lean on her support system. I feel like she's kind of pushed her support system away. I feel like her family and friends have been, trying to intervene and tell her, like, look, this isn't going well. You need to come back home. You need to leave this loser. And she's kind of pushed them to the side, like, I know what I'm doing. I love him. He loves me. But I feel like she needs to kind of go back, not physically go back home to her parents or her mother, whatever. I feel like she just needs to kind of, be surrounded by people that really, truly love her right now. This is the compromise card, and I feel like compromise is something that Clarence doesn't do. I feel like he's the type of person that if you look in the sky and you see it's blue and he says it's purple, he's going to convince you that it's purple and you're wrong and you're losing your mind. I feel like he's manipulative. I feel like he's almost got her under a spell. And it's really, really, really sad because I feel like she's losing herself. I feel like her self-esteem is diminishing. I feel like if she doesn't get away from this person soon, he's going to leave her a shell of herself, for lack of a better phrase. So I feel like the compromise is just, it's not there for him. But that's what she needs. Now I'm moving on to my personal deck that I created myself. Yes, I'm proud, okay? This is the strategy card. I feel like she's like, okay, I need to make my next move my best move. She's trying to set up, her life in a way that, she can find balance. She can go hard with her career, but also leave time for her children. Her children are very, very important to her. And I feel like this year is going to be particularly conflicting for her because her career is going to take off, but she's also about to give birth. So, her heart is torn in half because she's finally, her dreams are coming true. But she's like, no, I'm having a baby. I need to spend time with my new baby and my son and everything like that. So she's just kind of looking to put things in place to where everything will go smoothly. This card is like, look, I am fighting an uphill battle, and I feel like this has to do, of course, with her relationship or whatever you want to call it. This has to do with a lot of inner conflict. I feel like this boulder is kind of created by her. You know, the signs are there, like I said. She's just not seeing them. And I don't know. I feel like this situation is getting stickier and stickier every day. We're probably going to see them break up very soon. Of course, I don't wish for things like this to happen. You know, I really wish that he would have been the gentleman that he came off to be at first, and he would have swept her off her feet and filled her with love and treated her like the queen that she is. But let's just be real. This motherfucker he's a narcissistic asshole, period. So, this is the new home. So, I feel like she's going to be moving into a new home. I feel like it might happen more towards the end of the year. She's going to be looking to relocate, maybe get something bigger that she can. I feel like she might even move based on, um, her work and family. Like, it's going to be something that's better suitable for, her situation as far as, flying and tours and all this other stuff like that. So this is the burglary card. I don't really feel like this is an actual burglary. However, it could be. I could be wrong. But I feel like this has more to do with someone breaking into her heart space. Someone stealing her peace of mind. Just kind of clearance, basically. This is the peace and tranquility card. She just needs to get to a happy place. I feel like she needs to take some time. It's kind of like, I've been in a situation like this, first of all. I've been with someone who's narcissistic, and it's like you really don't see how toxic the situation is until you're out of it. And I feel like that's where she needs to get to. She needs to get to that place where she's not under his influence, so she can kind of see things for what they are. This is the Lotus card, and if you know about the lotus, this is a flower that kind of goes under, under the water, like of the dirtiest, muckiest swamps, and it emerges, and when it does, it's perfectly clean. It's just like unscathed. Like, this represents her. Like, she's, gone through some shit in her life, even way before Chris and Clarence. And, she's always going to wind up on top. She's just destined for greatness, and she's going to be just fine. This is the abuse card, and I feel like it's, mostly verbal and emotional abuse, but I feel like it can evolve to physical abuse, and I really hope it doesn't get to that point. But I feel like she's starting to fear him. He's got control over her mind right now, and she's kind of got like Stockholm syndrome. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically like when someone who's being abused still, for some reason, loves their abuser. And that's kind of what, she's like under a spell. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel. This is the War card. This has to do mostly with the conflict that she's about to be going through with Clarence. Things are just going to get to the point where they just can't even be around each other anymore. I feel like all that is going to come to a head, like, shortly after she delivers. But, it's just going to slowly diminish, to the point where, she's going to be like, you know what, enough is enough. This is the Storm card. This just has to do with what she's going through right now. This is a spiritual and emotional storm. This is health. So I feel as though, she is going to be in, great health after she delivers her child. She's going to have to, of course, take some time to rest and recuperate and all that. But ultimately, I feel like the circumstances that she's going through is going to push her even more to, get back to self-love and, taking time for herself and, getting healthier physically and emotionally. And this is basically, this is where Queen is, and this is where Clarence is. But it's like, even though they're together, she's feeling alone. She gives him so much support, so much love, and I feel like he just doesn't have it in him to reciprocate that. I feel like he's very shallow, very superficial, and he will give love and attention whenever it benefits him. But she's basically in a loveless relationship, and that's really, really sad. This, of course, represents her giving birth to her child this year. This is the karma card. So I feel like after she and Clarence do separate, she's definitely going to see karma start coming and slapping the shit out of him. Because what he's doing to her is not fair. Narcissism is abuse, period. And nobody deserves to be treated the way that she's being treated. Any women out there that are being treated, anything less than a queen, walk away from that situation. When love is real, you never have to question it. It never hurts. Fuck all that shit when people say, oh, love hurts. No, fuck all that shit. Real love does not fucking hurt. Period. So all that bad energy that he's putting out, he's going to see that shit again. Believe that. This is the marriage card. God, please don't let them get married. I feel like he might propose to her this year. I feel like they might get engaged. I don't even know if they might already be engaged. Who knows? But I really don't feel like the marriage is going to happen. This is the Cardi B card. So this is just like, Queen just needs to do her. She needs to be more outspoken. Stop biting your tongue. Stop holding back. Just be you. Live your best life. Let your hair down. Have fun. Do what makes you happy. And this is the Empire card, and this has to do with her relationship with Clarence. Now, while they have issues with one another, they don't belong together necessarily. Like, there is love there, and they do have what it takes to build an empire. They have what it takes to bring the money in, and while all that is good, that doesn't mean it's healthy. So now we're moving on to the romance card. So she's feeling like he's the one. She's kind of like at a point where she's like, I don't care. I'm going to make this work. Fuck that. We're going to be family. And I feel like he's the one for me. I feel like what they're lacking right now in their relationship is his affection. I feel like for the camera, he gets affectionate and stuff like that. But I feel like when the cameras are off, he's really not being as attentive to her. I really feel honestly in my heart, I feel like he's cheating on her. I feel like he's flirting with other people. For some reason, I don't know, some dudes, and I'm not going to say men, but some dudes, when their girlfriend gets pregnant, they just kind of get turned off by that. They start seeing the changes in their body, and then the act of actually giving birth and seeing what happens to the woman's body during that process, can really be a turnoff. So I feel like the spark is starting to kind of go out with them. Wow, the codependency card. And yeah, she is an empath, and unfortunately, empaths tend to attract broken, fucked up people like him, narcissists. She is a codependent person. Like, she doesn't need a man. She wants him. She wants him to love her. She wants that fairy tale love, where they fall head over heels for one another and get married and have kids and a white picket fence and a dog and a cat and a minivan, whatever in the fuck. Like, she wants to be loved. But unfortunately, it's at the point where she's willing to tolerate being degraded, being belittled, just to have someone there with her. And, that's really sad. Children, of course, she's about to give birth. She's about to have 2 children now. Oh, God. No, no. I don't even want to look at this card. I really hope they don't get married, but I really feel like there's going to be an engagement. I hope not. But I'm gonna save this one because I want to come back to this one after. I really feel like after she and Clarence break up, I feel like she's gonna find someone that she's gonna ultimately wind up marrying. Past life relationship, yeah. For those of you that know a little bit about karmic cycles and things of that nature, sometimes you can go through several different lifetimes with a person, and it's like you have to go through, having them in your existence over and over and over again until you learn a lesson. And I feel like the lesson that she's supposed to be learning is self love. I feel like all of this has manifested from her lack of a relationship with her father. That's manifested into her, just desiring someone to love her. Like, it's very superficial. Like, she's absolutely gorgeous. Even though I don't like him, I gotta be real. He's a good looking guy. I feel like their relationship is more so superficial. Um, but I feel like he is someone that she has shared past lifetimes with, and he is going to be the one that is ultimately going to break her down to the point where she does learn that lesson that she has to put herself first. She has to love herself. She has to demand that respect. And she has to love herself completely before she'll attract someone, because people that we attract into our lives, whether it's friends, family, relationships, they are a reflection of, the energy that we hold inside. And even before she met him, her self esteem was low. You know, Aside from the fact that she's absolutely gorgeous, she has low self esteem, and so she's attracting people that kind of point out her insecurities and make her more insecure. So, I don't know. I'll save that for another video. Let me keep going. Give your relationship a chance. So I feel like she is going to try her best to hold on to this relationship. She really wants, it to work. Hell, I really wanted it to work, but I'm really not a fan of him and the way that he's treating her. But I feel like she's going to try everything. I feel like she's going to, exhaust every effort to keep their relationship together. Keep an open mind. Wow, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So she's kind of seeing it as, well, nobody's perfect, but he's perfect for me. Like, no, fuck all that shit, girl. Leave his ass alone. Kick his ass to the curb. Avoid his ass like the plague, period. She's trying to, she's the type of person, being an empath and being compassionate and everything like that. There will be a person who is like 90% negative, but she will see that 10% of positive in them, and, and seeing the potential. She's in love with the potential. He's not giving her what she needs and what she deserves, but she sees that potential. She feels like they can grow, and, he can change and all that other stuff. So, no, it's sad. So, listening, this has to do with, her angels. I feel like she's been hitting her knees harder than ever lately. Um, just kind of praying for guidance, praying for protection and understanding and clarity and all that. And, this is just confirmation for Queen, if she happens to see this video, that, God is listening. Your angels are listening. You do have a support system that is not in this world that, just continue doing what you're doing. They are watching over and protecting you. Surrender and release. A saying that I like is, suffering comes from resistance. When changes come to your life and you are going against the grain, you are fighting these changes. She's seeing them growing apart, but she is fighting tooth and nail to keep them together. She's like, okay, if I got to be submissive, I'll be submissive. If I have to cut my family off a little bit, I'll do that. If I have to change, if I have to do this, like, no. Just go with the flow. It's okay. If you guys don't work out, that doesn't mean that you're a failure. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person. That doesn't mean that real love is not out there for you. It is. It absolutely is. But I feel like she just needs to kind of let it go and, kind of go with the flow. Balance. I feel like that's something she definitely needs in her life. I feel like she carries so much weight. And granted, she's about to pop. She's about to have that baby really soon. She needs someone to reciprocate all the energy she's putting out. As big as she is, she's still out there, performing and everything like that. She needs support. She needs someone that's going to help with her son. She needs someone that's going to allow her to rest when she needs rest. She needs balance. Intention. So I feel like she really just needs to take inventory of her life and what she wants to see happen for this upcoming year. And, speak it into existence. She's a very powerful person. I feel like she's very in tune with herself spiritually. And I feel like as long as she keeps an open heart and an open mind and speaks her desires with confidence into the universe, she will see them manifest. But I feel like right now what she's trying to speak into existence is for her and Clarence to stay together. And I feel like she needs to kind of reevaluate that. Emerging. She is definitely emerging not only as an artist, but as a mother and as a human being. She is blooming and blossoming daily. And I feel like we're going to see a lot of changes from her this year. We're going to learn more about who she is as a person. She's going to be spilling her soul into her music. And she's going to be very interactive and, very transparent with, the things that she's been going through in her life. And, I feel like, nothing but good things are going to come from this ultimately. Manifestation. This just kind of backs up what I said earlier about, her relationship now has manifested from her lacking a father role in her life. And, if she doesn't, after the situation has ended and the smoke is cleared, if she doesn't heal and fill herself up with love and appreciation, she's going to manifest someone else just like Clarence, if not worse. So she really needs to, work on that. Spiritual growth, we just pretty much touched on that, so I'm not going to ramble on anymore. And this is the last card, Divine Timing. I feel like a lot of things are going to fall into place for her this year. This is going to be a great time for her to make changes and kind of evolve. As far as her career goes, I feel like she's kind of worried right now about like, wow, I'm about to have a baby, but I need to go on tour, I need to perform, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like, don't worry. Everything is going to fall into place exactly how it needs to, just go with the flow. So, I am done with my reading. If you have any readings that you would like to see, definitely let me know. And I'll be doing some requests this weekend. But otherwise, I wish Queen Naija the best. I hope everything works out for her and, just have a healthy, happy baby. And, I hope that this year is full of peace, love, and blessings for her. And I'm out.